Ladies and gentlemen, greetings from Reims and a warm welcome to the Champagne region, the land of festive bubbles, wonderful wines, gastronomy and history, situated at the very crossroads of Europe. In today's show, we'll be having barrels of fun with our friends, the 𝘍𝘮𝘮𝘮𝘮, checking out the fantastic range of hotels for you as you prepare your visit, and strapping you in for some aerial acrobatics above the Champagne vineyards in an incredible Maverick-style adventure that awaits you right here. The first guest on today's show, ladies and gentlemen, is Jonathan Maybury. Welcome, sir. Take a seat. What a warm welcome.
Hey, spoiled.
You have lots of friends in the area, apparently,
like
Jonathan. Now listen, I want you to help me, Jonathan. I'm going to organise a congress, perhaps a convention, who knows? Why should I choose Reims? Why would I choose Reims?
I think, Darren, the question's more, why not?
Aha.
It's about accessibility. It's about flying into Paris, Charles de Gaulle, the 30-minute train drive, extremely scenic and enjoyable. You know, it's the rolling hills, it's the vineyards. To arrive in the centre of Reims. Again, on accessibility, you've got these two beautiful major highways pushing into Reims, and the destination itself surpasses many others. I think from getting off the train station, looking at the parks, you know, the restaurants, the hotels, the bars, the nightlife, and most importantly, as always, the people.
So it's easy to get here, and from here you can go to other places where you can use it as your base. Why would you want to go anywhere else once you're here? But the question now I'm wondering about is what happens if I want to organise an event maybe for 300, 400, 500 people, or maybe like, you know, I want to do something really big and bring in 2,000 clients. Can you cater to those needs?
Absolutely. GL Events manage 3 very prominent venues in Reims. The Exhibition Centre, the Congress Centre, and of course the Arena. So from small to large, there's nothing that GL Events venues can't handle.
Okay, you've got something for everybody.
We've got something for everyone.
Okay, I like the way you're answering these questions. Now, why GL Events in particular then? What do you guys bring to the table?
So GL Events are a worldwide global company, lucky enough to have the 3 venues in Reims, between 29 destinations around the world. Why GL Events? I think talking Reims, it would be again our staff. We've got a staff accomplishment of 40 very excited, very experienced staff members that are looking forward to welcoming any event, exhibition, sporting event to Reims.
You have this savoir-faire, a know-how that works on a global scale and on a local scale. I'm getting the message. What if I want to bring in my clients and then organise something very specific, you know, something a bit special? Of course, you know, I know we're in the Champagne region. There are all sorts of possibilities, the gastronomy, but you know, this is a special group I'm talking about. You know, maybe they're great friends, maybe they're my best clients. What can I do? What can you do for me?
Darren, it's anything can be done, but again, it's down to your budget. It's do you have the mini budget that wants the Rolls Royce? Or are you going to come with your Rolls-Royce budget?
Well, who knows? You know, I may bring one or the other. But let's
with
imagine
the facilities that we have in Reims,
Yes.
and like I say, with the staff that we have in Reims and the expertise, they are so well connected in the city. With GL Events behind them, the world's your oyster. You know, as far as what you want, we could definitely make that happen.
Okay, the man who can make anything happen for you when you get your people here to Reims or to the Champagne country. Thank you, Jonathan. I like the message. Now, talking about extracurricular events, how about this for a thrilling, once-in-a-lifetime adventure for you and your clients here in Reims and the Champagne region? A flight, Jonathan, aboard a demilitarized fighter plane. Fancy that?
Talking about. Sounds amazing.
High velocity, aerial acrobatics above the Champagne vineyards, something you might only get a chance to do once in your lifetime. Put yourselves in the shoes of Maverick, Top Gun if you prefer. The time of this exclusive experience. Ladies and gentlemen, put your seatbelts on.
Hello, my name is Aymeric. I am a former fighter pilot in the French Navy. I used to fly different jets as the Super Étendard and the Rafale for 19 years. And then I flew for Fly and Fun. And I'm now the leader of the Fly and Fun team. Here at Fly and Fun, we fly the 𝘊𝘧𝘦𝘦𝘵𝘮𝘪𝑗𝑡 Albatros. It's a two-seater jet with a single engine that flies at about 900 kilometers per hour. First of all, we dress with the flight suit, we try the helmet on, and then we give you a briefing for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then we climb in the airplane. Usually the flight lasts about 30 minutes, and we do different things, navigation, but also aerobatics and jet fighter maneuvers. When you fly the 𝘊𝘧𝘦𝘦𝘵𝘮𝑡 Albatros, you really feel like you are a jet fighter pilot. You are inside the cockpit, on the ejection seat with your helmet on, and you will have the sensation just as you are in a Top Gun movie. Flying the 𝘊𝘧𝘦𝘦𝘵𝘮𝑡 Albatros is a lifetime experience. You will have outstanding sensations as the G-forces, but also close formation flying and high-speed, low navigation flying. Here in the Champagne area, you have other activities. If you enjoy sensations, you can skydive, so do parachute jumping over the vineyards, but you can also take a ride in an air balloon here overhead the vineyards and taste champagne as you are flying in the area.
Wow. Hot air balloon, skydiving, Top Gun, Fly and Fun. That sounds like a lot of fun, ladies and gentlemen. One of the most important things on your mind when you're organizing a trip for people, for clients, for customers, of course, is accommodation. Accommodation is key, which is why we're lucky to have our next guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Maxence De Barros. Hey. Thank you for bringing your private fan club.
I did, but you weren't supposed to tell.
I wasn't supposed to know. Maxence, you're the man to tell us about hotels in Reims and the area. What are the specificities? I mean, what's particular about the hotel offer here?
I think what's the most particular in Reims is the diversity of hotels. Actually, all the brands are represented, all the ranges of hotels are represented. So I think that's really something specific in Reims, it's the diversity. You can find every type of hotel you're looking for.
Okay, from bed and breakfast to five-star extravaganzas.
Indeed.
Okay, I think you know which one I prefer. Thousands of rooms, okay. Great diversity. You're talking about a particular style. Is it a French style that we have in particular here?
We have several, actually. Of course, Reims is an historical town with lots of architecture, and especially Art Deco, Art Nouveau architecture. So we're really a fan of architecture, but you'll find really diversity of old French style and really modern style. So you can really find the one you're looking for.
And if I understand correctly, you guys in the hotel industry in this region have some kind of special understanding. You actually work together, which is quite something.
We do. We're
something
really,
quite rare.
Yeah, we are really used to. For about 20 years now, we've got a club that we're working all together. We're gathering, meeting each several months and trying to find the best way to promote the destination, to also develop our city and the way our hotels are working. So yeah, we're really working together to make sure that all the events and every type of hotels or accommodation or activities customers are looking for, we can answer to it. Even if it's not in our own hotel, but we know all the hotels, so we're able to give advices and make sure everyone can enjoy their time in Reims. No matter where they stay, they have to enjoy Reims.
Okay, of course. And if you come to this region, you can't escape the fact that there is champagne everywhere. Everywhere you turn, there's a glass of champagne.
Even under all the cellars are full of champagne. You've got it everywhere.
There are bubbles everywhere.
Indeed.
We like this, of course. Now tell me, I know that Reims is offering all sorts of hotels in the town, in the city, but what about if I have guests, who say to me, Darren, sounds good, the thing you're organising, but I actually want to stay out in the vineyards. Can you accommodate people out in the vineyards?
We can do everything. Of course, there's the city center where everything is within walking distance, but then if you want to sleep in the middle of the vineyards, you can. And once again, small Airbnb, small hotels, or 5-star hotel with a big spa and room fronting the vineyards, you've got it.
There's something for everybody.
Indeed.
I like the sound of this. A last word, Maxence, maybe, on the eco-responsibility. You know, we're very concerned these days with being green.
We are as well, especially the hotels. We are really, that's one of the subjects of our meetings when we gather together to think of how to aim to reduce the energy waste, how to also try to promote and to educate our customers to make sure also that they help us moving forward to this. So we, of course, started with the zero plastic, and we've been moving on really fast on the plastic. And now we're really working on also the heating system and how to cancel the energy waste. And we are indeed, Reims is really a great town for that, and we are all moving forward to this direction.
Okay, all moving in the same direction, Maxence.
We are.
Okay, thank you very much for all your information.
Thank you.
A little word now, because if accommodation is key for our visitors, then it's also crucial for champagne, of course, when it comes to storage. Take 4 natural elements, Maxence: wood, wind, rain, and fire. And you add the ancestral know-how of the coopers. A cooper, of course, is somebody who makes the barrels. Yeah? The development of these barrels in which the champagnes are stored. The only artisanal cooperage in Champagne organises private tours for you, your customers, and also immersive visits, allowing you to become a cooper for a day. How do you fancy that? It's educational, it's a lot of fun, it can be a team-building exercise as well. Why don't we just check it out now with Stephanie?
My name is Stephanie Schills, and I'm working for tailor-made Champagne. So our know-how here in the company is first to select the best qualities of oak to produce our barrels and to fit perfectly with our customers' wine. I would say we work for winemakers as well as famous houses of Champagne. For our customers, it's very important to have a complex wine, a complex champagne. When it's new, it's going to bring oak flavors to the wine, meaning that it will accompany the wine and the champagne. When it's old, the barrel still allows micro-oxidation of the wine inside, meaning that it's going to bring some complexity to the wine and to the champagne, finally. The main steps of building a barrel are first to prepare the oak. We need to split and to respect the structure of the oak in order to have some what we call the staves. Then it's ready to use. We're going to raise a barrel, what we call raising a barrel like a dress or like a rose. Then we use this dress and we put it on the fire to warm the oak and to work with it. Once the oak is warm, we can work with it, build the body of the barrel, and then start the toasting, which is a very important part of the process. Toasting is the step where you're going to reveal the flavors of the oak. Each cooper has his own signature, his own toasting. Here, in our cooperage, we've developed a special toasting for champagne wines, which is a long-lasting toasting, very well adapted to our champagnes, which are fruity and fresh. It's necessary to respect this wine. So we can welcome the visitors, first for a visit of our cooperage. Then we can propose some activities such as some games. Our visitors can roll a barrel in our courtyard, and well, it's something like a challenge by teams, and the first one to arrive at the finish is the winner. So you're very welcome to come and see us, come and discover our activity, come and discover champagne matured in oak. We'll be very happy to welcome you, and we're waiting for you.
Well, thank you, Stephanie. Talking about toasting the barrels. I toast the barrels myself. That sounds a lot of fun. Now, joining us is somebody who knows all about coopers and barrels and an expert on the wonderful bubbly world of champagne. Please welcome Christine Prudhomme.
Hello, Daren.
Hello, Christine. We're going to talk bubblies with the bubbly Christine. And Christine, a word first of all, if you would, about the historical and architectural heritage of champagne houses. It's quite something.
Yes, it is. There's so many different styles in the way of producing champagne, and you have as much styles in the different buildings. So there's so many things to see. even in the middle of Reims, if you want to walk around, of course, from the cathedral, and you always have to walk around with your nose up to the sky because there's so many things to see in the buildings out there.
There are certainly lots of things to see and some remarkable places to visit. And in the champagne houses, I'm told there's a tradition of hospitality that dates back into the 18th century?
Exactly, yes. Houses always been open to welcome visitors.
That might surprise people.
Yes, for sure. But this is really in, I would say, the Champagne House DNA.
Oh, yes.
To be there to welcome, because we have our stories to talk about, our philosophy about making champagne. We're all different, but everybody can find what they want and what they came to see.
There's all these amazing champagne houses, effectively. When you come here, you have to do the tours and make the most of it. We're talking about, hospitality and history, architecture and champagne, and some fascinating things to see and some unforgettable events that you can help organize. Is that right?
Absolutely, yes. Everything could be, as we say in French, sur mesure.
Ah, yes, tailor-made.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's very interesting for the people who are really looking for something special to be organized. We can do it. So it could be a small dinner, a dinner of 500, 600 people with special grand chef as well.
Wow.
Lots of experience.
You like to mix up the gastronomy with the champagne, of course.
Of course.
Yes,
it goes together.
Yeah, it goes
it's
together.
a good blend.
Of course, come here for food and champagne. You've been hearing all along that everybody drinks champagne with everything and all the time. So if we can mix it with the best food while we're here, why not? So we can privatize as well to do special events, you're telling us. Now, I understand that each house has its own identity, its own history, its own story, its own experience to offer. But what are those in particular of the 𝘍𝘳𝘮𝘮𝘮 house then?
Well, first of all, it will be the style of the house, because we are in that sort of, I would say, Elizabethan style, which has nothing to do with the regular champagne style. It's a used house with lots of different spaces. As I said, you can have a dinner for about 800 people. Like you can be in a small private room for 12. You can organize your weddings, whatever. Everything's possible.
And I know that you have fantastic cellars.
Yes.
Can you tell us how many bottles do you have in storage?
Well, at the Pommery estate, there's about 25 million bottles stored in 18 kilometers of cellars.
18 kilometers?
Yes.
To over 10 miles?
Yes.
How do you keep stock of all this? How do you not get lost every day?
Well, I've been knowing the house for a long time, so maybe that helps me. But the thing is, of course, when we go through a visit, we don't show 18 kilometers of cellars. It will be something like at least 1 kilometer. But it's easy to walk around. Everything is well organized. And there's still room in our cellars anyway for bottles, so don't get worried. We can put more.
Yeah, we have millions of bottles. That's absolutely incredible. Of all different sizes as well, of course, because there's the regular champagne bottle, which we're used to.
Yes.
But they go up to, what's the biggest ones?
At the Pommery estate, it will be the Salmanazar, which is about 12 bottles of champagne, weighs 18 kilos.
18 kilos,
Yes.
okay. And just next to where you are, there's the Villa de
Demoiselles.
Demoiselles. Tell us about that.
This is where actually we have the Champagne Vranken and Demoiselles and Diamant. It's a house that was created and ordered by 𝘊𝘩𝘮𝘦𝘵𝘮, who used to be Madame Pommery's financial director. And he was an art lover, and especially about Art Deco and Art Nouveau.
And I know that up on your place there's a fantastic view of Reims as well.
Oh yes, we have the cathedral right there.
You guys are very well situated, aren't you? And also, there's one thing to finish on the history. I know that you have lots of old bottles hanging around there that we can set our eyes on. Is it actually possible to buy some of those old vintage bottles?
Yes, of course. It's part of what we call the millésime d'or. So it's a private collection that people could, of course, buy, but they have to be quite patient.
What do you mean?
Because they still have their sediment inside, so we have to disgorge them. We have to add the special liquor we put inside, clean them, not too much. They have to be a little bit dusty. Put a special
those bottles have been there a
label.
long time.
Exactly. So that could take about 8 months before they really get delivered to their new bottle they
There's
just
a whole
bought.
process to follow.
Exactly.
If you want to make yourself some kind of very special gift.
Yes.
For you or for your clients, of course.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Well, thank you so much for coming here and telling us all that's on offer at the 𝘍𝘳𝘮𝘮𝘮𝘮 House and the great champagne houses of the region, Christine.
Yes.
What a great guest here for us today.
Thank you.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but Christine, you've got me feeling kind of thirsty, so I think maybe it's time for you and I to go and have a little glass of champagne.
Oh, with pleasure.
Okay, so we'll do that.
Perfect.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon in Reims, in the Champagne region. Bye-bye.